Bitch, I'm in the. Bitch, I'm in the.
Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Brian. With me always,
I'm Mark. And don't
get
say
over
it.
there.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. StreamYard had a very high volume, so that's what happens there.
You didn't edit anything, did you?
Why would I?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys all for tuning in.
What the hell was I supposed to? What was I supposed to?
I don't know. You gotta find the little button, and you gotta play with the little button. The little.
Oh no.
I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If you notice that there's this little guy right there in the corner, right over there, we are a part of the Nonsensical Network, and on the network, you can find shows from Monday through Sunday. Monday night, we have Men Caring for Men, which is a men's mental health show. Women are invited, but please keep your comments to yourself. Just kidding. We love you.
Tuesdays, we have Jeff Garage. If it can fit in a garage, he will talk about it.
Hell yeah. So Wednesday night, you got What the News, and that's a brand new segment. And if you want to check that out, that's going to be anything that's in the news that seems to be funny for the audience. That's what these guys are going with, and we're going to just keep supporting the hell out of it. And next week, Mark will be the special guest sports host. This is happening.
Yeah.
No. I'm it's a dream come true for you. This is happening.
No.
Anyway, we got on Thursday.
On Thursday, of course, you have us talking shit.
Shit. We're pretty special. We get little placards that hang from our rear view mirrors. So
no, mine's on my license plate, by the way.
We're on Friday. Friday is Glick's House of Music. Check out Christopher as he delves into some high-end and mainstream music artist. And dude, he's got some awesome shows that he just did recently. We're gonna we'll address those at a later time. But man, check it out. You're gonna miss out if you don't.
Saturday, we have Nonsensical Nonsense Open Door Challenge. Anybody can come in and talk shit with
anybody.
Them. Yeah, we do it every now and then.
Anybody can join.
Yes, anybody and everybody.
Holy crap! And then we wrap up your week with Sunday, the Jarvis podcast. Steven sits down and talks to actors, actresses, kind of what we do here.
He also does movie reviews.
So if you get a chance, check him out as well. And that is your whole week in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Please follow us wherever you find podcasts at bio.link. You got that somewhere?
Yeah. Oh. What the hell? Yeah, right there.
I know you have that. There you go.
Right there.
The Nonsensical Network. Hey, so Mark, what do you got planned for our audience tonight? Are you gonna keep popping that up? Keep popping it up.
Yeah, I'll keep popping that up for a minute. Actually, I got us a really good guest tonight. He's from he's all over the place. He's been on Broadway. He's been on daytime soaps. He's been on movies. He can even sing, by the way.
Stop it.
Yes.
Did you bring a singer on?
Well, no, not. I didn't bring. Well, he probably does that in his spare time too.
I'm just saying because tomorrow night is Glick's House of Music, and we can do a double.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, he's in. The original reason why I had brought him on is because, well, one, I like Roseblood, and and I was like, okay, well, since he was in that, and we've had almost everybody else on here from Roseblood, minus a few people, I wanted him to be on. And
you are a super big, huge Friday the 13th fan, are you not?
yes, when I first watched this movie, Friday the 13th Part 7, I wasn't a big fan, and it had nothing to do with the acting. It was just, just wasn't my type of tea on that part. But when I met Peter Anthony, he changed my mind completely, and especially once he added Roseblood to it, it changed completely. But anyways, while he's sitting there, he's sitting there, in the green room. I'm probably going to butcher his name. So
You got this. You said it earlier. Do it again. You got this. Cheers, buddy.
Hey, we have in the green
I'm
room.
not gonna do it. I'm not butchering this.
Okay. Kevin Spirtas. Spirit. Yes.
You are absolutely trying to butcher this man's name.
Yes.
Please bring him on.
Kevin Spirtas. It's Spiritus. It rhymes with Spiritus.
Okay. See, that works for me.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great.
He's happy now that he gets to talk to you. He's super excited.
I was excited the day that I got your message. I messaged you back, and you gave me your number, and I was like, okay, cool. I called you. Nicest
guy in the biz, right?
Well, one of them, yes.
Well, listen. Wait a minute, Kevin. Don't
talk
get upset
with me.
Don't get upset with Mark. Here's the thing. You guys, from everybody that has been in Roseblood, everybody that is a part of the Friday the 13th franchise has been super awesome to allow us here at Talking Shit to have you guys on the show. And we're not going to talk just about, Friday the 13th stuff. We want to talk to you about your life. We want to, we're trying to dive in a little bit to get to know you. So we appreciate your time. It's all you guys have been very humble to be able to allow this small podcast to have you guys all on the show. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm turning off my phone right now. I just realized that if this phone starts ringing,
it'll never stop.
We're gonna be in shit. Shoot.
Oh, you can swear. Don't worry. We say worse.
No. Thank you. I appreciate the I appreciate that. All of that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Looking.
Alexa, shut that off. Okay, I think we should do a podcast on how people treat their Alexas.
There you go.
So I have Siri on the iPhone. So I'm like, hey Siri, do this for me, and then she can't, and then I'm like, okay, well, what the
right. I actually was listening to something from, oh my God, Peter Anthony's on. Hello, my friend.
That's right.
Hello, my friend.
Peter. He's a great guy. I love having him on the show. I love talking to him about the movies he's making. I love, there's a lot of shit that I love about him. He's a great guy.
I'm pretty fond of Mr. Anthony. Yeah, thank you, sir. But back to my Siri. I was playing something from a book on Audible, and I threw it to my. This just doesn't matter. Let's just talk about shit. Come on,
Let's go. Whatever you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
You're welcome. You guys ask the questions.
Listen, we don't want to turn it into an interview, Kevin.
Yeah,
we're just here to talk.
Okay,
we want to ask questions, but we do want to talk. We just want to talk about whatever.
You got
okay. Everybody that we've asked so far from Friday the 13th stuff. Before you were casting the role of Nick, did you know what Friday the 13th was?
I did not know it was Friday the 13th. It was called Birthday Bash. Its secret code was Birthday Bash, and I got an audition to run in and go read for Carl Beekler, right? Oh my God, wait, that's our director's name. He's passed. Carl Beekler, right?
Yeah.
It just didn't sound right for a second. It sounded like something else. Anyway, he was very kind to me. Anthony Bardeo, our casting director at the time as well, he's passed as well. They were just like, come on in here, read this, this is the scene. And I had not prepared any of this. They had sort of given it to me, like, here, read. And then Laura was in the hall. I didn't know who she was. I didn't, not that I should know her, but, and her husband was alive at the time, and he was there. And we just sort of like went in and read together, and then I went back in and read by myself. And by the time I drove home, I got a call from my agent saying, hey, you're in the new Friday the 13th movie. Congratulations. And I went, what? Fun fact, prior to that audition, I was auditioning for a soap opera called Santa Barbara. Remember Santa Barbara?
I remember that.
Yes.
That didn't last very long, right? That
It was on, I guess, maybe 10 years, maybe less, give or take. I don't know. But Santa Barbara.
I was
think
going
it
to
was
say
longer
it's
than.
not
I think it was on more than
Rituals.
Port Charles. I think it was.
I think you're right. It was also on more than it lasted longer than Rituals, which was another series I did. Anyway, so I was up for a role on Santa Barbara, and I remember this was like, I was gonna get this puppy. I was gonna get it. I was gonna be on a soap again. This is earlier on, and I see coming down the hallway this guy who I recognize. I go, hey, and I didn't know his name. I didn't remember his name, but I remembered him. I never forget a face. And I said, you and I did Hills Have Eyes Part 2 together. You did that stunt where they dragged you through the ring of fire. He goes, yeah. Kevin, right? I said, yeah, he's Kane. And we introduced ourselves again. And he said, hey, I just got the new Friday the 13th movie. Like, that's what he had said to me at that, because he was the stunt coordinator for Santa Barbara. So that was kind of the cool, like, And I went, oh, I think I know the stunt guy.
So I got an in. So I know Bob over here. Bob is a really nice guy, and I'm just
Bob. Who's Bob?
He's talking to him. Don't.
I'm just talking. I'm just talking to myself.
Yes, he's talking to himself.
I do that randomly.
Okay.
I
talked to Emmy. I talked to Mary. I talked to
anyway. I want to hold one of those. So I was going to get there. What are all four of those for? And can I hold one?
If you come here, you can hold one. I'm happy to, have you pay me to hold it. No. But I mean, my Emmy.
You have four. You have four of those, right?
I have four. But who's counting, really?
Fantastic.
I have four Emmys for a series called After Forever. It's on Prime. Season 1 and 2 are now out, and season 3 is on its way. We're not exactly sure. We're hoping for the beginning of June, middle of June. It's a story about love, loss, and new beginnings that I co-created with my late collaborator, Michael Slade. It's a lot of late going on here, a lot of grief. But the story is about my character named Brian, and
I know a guy.
He sounds just like it. No, Brian. There's two middle-aged men in there. We're about in our 50s, early 50s, and my partner. Maybe you can move over there and not talk right in front of the door. Thank you. I got this very nice neighbor. She is quiet across the street but she walks with her phone every day. And I really don't care. All right, I'm coming across like a maniac here, but that's
that's right.
Anyway, Brian and Jason have everything in the world they want. They have love, they have friends, they have great jobs, great apartment, and one day Jason gets cancer and dies. And can you hear her? She says she's yelling. Anyway, it has nothing to do with my story.
It just makes for a better show.
Let's hear what she has to say.
There we go. And stay out. Okay. Brian and Jason have everything. And my character, Brian, has to navigate back to finding a way to live in his life without the love of his life, no longer alive. So, they have this great 15-year relationship and then starts over. He's got to make peace with everything he thought was important. He's trying to notice a trend here with Kevin. Everyone he's worked is gone. That is just absolutely not fun.
Oh no! Oh no! This one affects me. Down at the bottom, maybe it'll have the same effect on Brian.
No, you're gonna.
Brian ain't going anywhere anytime soon, so
you're gonna hold it. You're gonna hold on to it someday.
I got
anyway,
this.
The story takes place in 3 levels. It's the reality of the present. There's the past, which shows the relationship between Brian and myself, Jason and myself, and then there is the sort of ghost-like element, which is on the 3rd level, where I conjure Jason up and I talk to him, even though he's dead. So it's really me having a conversation with myself, and it's being taken on by the presence of Jason's, persona. Anyway, so it's
damn, it makes me want to watch it now.
Well, I would think you would just want to watch it. It's not just that it's not about a gay couple. It's about loss, really. This is depicted through 2 men, and middle-aged men and women are most of the time nowhere to be found in the story of they're nowhere on the canvas of storytelling. So this is why my partner at the time, people are just calling right and left. I'm on the YouTube, folks. Come on. You go in there and write it, not here. Anyway,
it's Mom. She's like, "Are you on the TV?"
Yeah, I am, Mama. I am. Anyway, so the case is middle-aged characters are very rarely written into the canvas of storytelling. So Michael at the time, who used to write for me on Days of Our Lives, and I didn't really know that at the time either, we had this idea. So there you go. Amazon, season 1 and 2, After Forever. Kleenex not included.
So wait a minute. So I'm a grown-ass man. Am I gonna cry?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It don't take much to make him cry, anyways.
Get out of here, dude.
I think. Here's the thing. Anyone who's watching, I'll say this: everyone who's watching is going to experience loss. Period.
Yeah. Yep.
End of story. Beginning of story. End of story. Beginning of story. It's a cycle. We are never, ever, ever going to escape this place without dealing with that or having it happen to us. Whether you deal with it is your choice or not. And when somebody dies, the relationship doesn't necessarily end, if you think about it. And when Michael and I were talking about, he had a partner at the time who had died, and I said, "Do you still talk to him?" And he said, "I do." I said, "See." So it's a beautiful story. Lots of people you'll recognize. I'm fantastic in it, man, I must say. Now,
well, you play a guy named Brian, so you.
I know. Come on, Brian Stone. One of those is for Outstanding Actor, which I shared with my leading man, Mitchell Anderson, because we cut our teeth in the business together, and then here we are both nominated. Outstanding Writing for 2019, Outstanding Drama Series for Short Form 2019, and then 2020 we won Outstanding Writing. So again, you also need to know each episode is about 7 to 12 minutes.
So here's the thing. So you guys are on season 3. So you guys are on season 3 of this show. So it's doing well. You are captivating the audience, and because here's the thing, they're not going to renew a show if you don't have the people watching. If you don't have the viewers.
I love that that's where you're going with it. The truth be told, it's self-promoted, it's self-distributed. So it is on Amazon, but it's because we have signed up to be on Amazon. We wrote 3 seasons together. We have completed the trilogy. not just because Michael Slade had passed away, but we both had decided early on that if we could tell the story on point, or if we could tell it in a healthy, organic, and creative way, it's time to go through it, deal with the loss, deal with the grief, and then hopefully move on. Because how do you keep a dead person alive? And why do you want to keep a dead person alive? Unless it's Jason. Back, full circle, boom.
Well, the Jason that you got, you helped put in the water. Well, yeah, sort of.
Right.
He's supposed to be dead. So
yeah, exactly. So I mean, this is from a different standpoint, a different genre, and we just really wanted to make my character more heroic and getting through the grief. And the third season, which is on its way out, or on its way into the streaming element of things, my character goes to therapy to deal with it. So
yeah, my wife.
I don't go to therapy. I watch Men's Mental Health Monday, and that kind of helps me.
My wife will love the show. Then I can bet you she's going to go. Okay. So,
I think. Thank you. And it is a mental health show. I mean, the truth be told, and let's talk some shit about grief, okay?
Yep.
I see how I tied that back in there.
Well, so my mom died 2 years ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
On Mother's Day.
Oh.
So on Sunday, when everybody was celebrating Mother's Day, I never posted anything. And I think I got questioned a little bit, like, why didn't you post Happy Mother's Day to your wife or something? And I was like, because I didn't want to think about it.
I didn't do it because my wife lives with me. I can tell her when she's here instead of putting it all over Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. So
okay,
yeah, so I get the grief. I get the grief portion.
We all have a relationship to grief. But here's what I was going to say. I believe that whether you're hetero, gay, bi, have a partner, have a person you're married to, you should watch this with your after forever. Yeah,
I will watch this with my wife.
I think you'll find something out of it.
She will absolutely, I think, like this a lot too.
I think, Brian, I'm gonna go on record here. I think you're gonna love it.
If I cry though,
it's not about
me
crying.
and you,
Stacey
will tell me.
I know she will.
I think the great source of all living things gave us a lot of emotions to deal with. Gave us laughter, gave us tears, gave us joy, gave us sorrow. We get to work on all this. And my belief is this: if I can go through the healing of it as a person in the character, hopefully you guys or you audience are going to see that healing, and you're going to take that healing with you. Oh, look, see? Wow. The camera. I don't know.
Get one of those. Did you get one of those special cameras that
no, I think
that Tommy McLaughlin has?
I don't know what it is. If I press it, I can't do it from this. We tried to fix that.
Tommy's got a camera. When he would move to the left, the camera would follow him to the left. Oh, there it is.
What yours doing?
Yes. You have the same one.
But I can also turn it off, but not through this particular program.
Okay, there's a question here from Peter that I've been reading, and I'm sort of
Peter Anthony, my brother from another mother. Okay. Oh, how good question, Peter Anthony. How Blair became Spirit? What? Wait.
Oh, sorry, hit the wrong button.
It's not too personal. The fans would like to know. Well, my full name is Kevin Blair Spirtas. And when I was 18 and I went to New York and I wanted to declare my independence, I dropped Spirtas. I wanted to be unattached to the family identity. I wanted to be out on my own. And I also knew that Kevin Blair was, a great stage name and alphabetical. It'd get maybe higher billing, who knows? But after a while, there was a time in my life that I really wanted to reclaim my family name, and that's how. That's the real short of the story. I reclaimed it after a while. My heritage. I wanted to claim back the family and the Lithuanian Russian, dude that I am back from the day. Does it answer your question, Peter Anthony? Good.
I don't know if a lot of people have asked you this. I don't know how many podcasts you've done, how many interviews you've done in the past.
A lot.
But
none of them compared to this shit. I mean,
this shit show. How did you get your start into acting? I like to ask this because some people tell me it was a happy mistake.
Yeah, I think for me, growing up I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, in the middle of 3 boys, and I had a music teacher. I still have a music teacher who's no longer my music teacher, but she is now the mayor of Clarksville, Missouri, Mrs. Jo Ann Smiley, and we're still in touch. She was kind of she was like the Pied Piper in the choral aspect of my life. I love to sing. I heard you guys talk about music. I do sing, and that was my first love. It still is, really. I'm working on another evening of music where I'll be telling stories about my life depicted through the music of Peter Allen. Separate from that, I just, I would wait for the late show to play on TV at night, and I would hope that they'd show movie musicals or Gene Kelly or Fred Astaire or anything like that. And I just I wanted to be in those movies, and I guess I didn't know it at the time, but I felt there was a certain moment in my life. This is pre-internet. This is pre, web, everything, phones, cell phones, anything like that. And
some of the people watching don't know what before internet is.
Yeah. So before digital, let's just say before digital, which was when they made the first Friday the 13th, and Part 7, 36 years ago.
Woo!
May 13th, 36 years ago.
I was going to say.
So anyway, I felt at that time, and growing up as a young gay boy, not really knowing what to do with that, I felt that if I could hide behind the creative characters, and that no one would ever see that. And it was all about image. It was all about probably more about hiding at that time in my life. And I just didn't really, I didn't know what that was psychologically, but I think that it had a lot to do with my wanting to get away and, become somebody else. So acting and performing was always something that I loved doing. I just thought it had something else to offer. When the truth is, every role that I've ever taken on, and I will say this with as much assuredness as I can offer you, is there's always something for me to learn from every role that I take on, every role that I do, every role that interests me, every song or musical that arrests my spirit. I know I have to do it. A chorus line on Broadway was my first musical credit as a professional actor, singer, dancer. And I remember that show came through St. Louis as a kid. And I remember watching it going, I want to be up there and I want to do that role. And I got the role. I can do that. Singing and dancing. And so that's just something that I know is part of me. And if I'm in it and I'm working through it and I've done something right, I think that it allows people to tap into that, and they can also get something out of it too, I hope.
What is your favorite musical?
And that is my speech for my Tony.
What is your favorite musical?
It's like apples and oranges. I still to this day, I think I love a chorus line. It's a story about the dancers who make up they support. They used to be called gypsies, and they're not. It's politically incorrect to say gypsies anymore. About
definitely gypsies. I've watched the TV show there.
Yeah, and Les Miserables is still one of the greatest pieces of theater I think I've ever witnessed. I never got to do that show. As a matter of fact, I was auditioning for the National LA Company and tour while I was doing and filming Friday the 13th.
Oh, no shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Real shit. No.
Would you have dropped Friday the 13th?
I was learning it. It wouldn't have crossed over.
Okay.
I remember driving that hour every morning to the set here in Gardena, and like I didn't first like that musical. And then I went in to sing for it, and they said, "You obviously have your heart set on the role of Marius, and here you're called back." And I was like, "Oh God, now I gotta learn this." And sure enough, I'm like, "A heart full of love," all that. It's beautiful. I even do a parody in my one-man show, Night and Days, about my nights on Broadway, my days and days of our lives. Les Mis is phenomenal. Yes. And I do a parody of One Day More. I search for truth and love around the clock. My tushy's tighter than the average doc. But I do this whole thing about being Dr. Craig Wesley at the University Hospital, and it's one day more. And there's my singing. You got it.
Love it.
Yeah,
hey, listen.
I was trying to find a video of you singing, and all the videos I found were grainy and wasn't really good, so I couldn't do it.
Well, here, let me just help you out here. No.
So Days of Our Lives was my stepmother's absolute favorite show.
Oh.
She unfortunately had passed early in 2017.
Oof.
So it was before your time, however.
No. Days of Our Life. You're thinking of One Life. You're thinking of One Life to Live.
She was a Days of Our Lives fan, though.
Yes.
I thought you were on from 8.
He was on there from 97 to 103.
Mark knows
2005, 2009, and 2022.
I learned who Marlena was.
I thought we
John Black. Those were the two characters that I had to watch. Yeah. Like she was like, "Hey, listen, Marlena just came back from the dead," and I was like, "Who the fuck is Marlena?"
Yeah, my grandmother used to make me watch it, and I'd go, "Oh, I hate this stuff."
Most people would recognize him because he did a guest role on Friends.
I remember his
character.
I played Dr. Craig Wesley opposite Matt LeBlanc doing Drake Ramoy.
Yeah,
it's fun. I have a couple of little singing things here. You keep talking, and I'll just see if I can find any of it right here.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I was trying to think of what. No, go ahead. I'll give me a second.
I was going to ask about Married with Children.
Oh God, people ask about that all the time. I really didn't have a very big. I was an aerobic instructor.
But you got a chance. You got a chance to be around, like Al Bundy and Peggy.
Peggy.
For just a hot second.
I actually, Katie Seagal, I actually knew through a couple of circles. I don't know her like Bessie or anything, but her twin sisters, her younger set of twins. She's got sisters who are a set of twins. How's that? And they were kind of friends at one point. They're not so much in the business anymore, but I really I wasn't around them as much. I really wasn't around them. It was such a fast in out, and the Friends experience was also very fast and furious because I was taped prior to their actual taping date.
Right.
So, here's a little something singing. Here's a little something. This is a little Peter Allen here. Let me see if this is gonna.
Right there.
Oh yeah, this is My Romance. no dance. Anyway, that's me singing.
You warm up before you go on stage, don't you? My dad can sing. I don't have.
Your dad can sing,
bro. My dad.
I've never heard him.
You heard what he just played right there. My dad gets a hold of that. My dad will absolutely 100% sing that.
I love that. But look who's in the audience this night. Look who's in the audience.
Who is it? Can't tell. Who is it? I can't tell.
Wait. Hold on. It is my darling Denise Duff from Subspecies.
Okay.
You have no clue who she is. Well, I'm going to introduce you to her right now. This is me and Denise. 30 years ago, we were in Romania doing Subspecies 2 and 3, where she played a vampire.
This is the one we were talking about earlier, Mark.
Yes.
There is six seasons.
There's my Denise. I love my Denise. Yeah, we stayed friends, and then we went back to Serbia. I think is it 2 years now? I think it's 2 years now. Just before I went and did season 3 of After Forever. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got up here right now.
Comment from the Nonsensical Network.
Dr. Wesley was such a dick. Haha, my mom loved Days. I remember watching with her. Dr. Wesley was not a dick, as a matter of fact. You're talking shit about Dr. Wesley now. I don't know who that was, but I became a very loving father. And then because of the success of After Forever, I think they got smart and they brought my character back and they had my character come out of the closet.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was like, oh, that's freaking awesome.
Life imitating art, imitating life. It's the full circle moments that I'm very, very proud of. And by the way, I love your I just saw all the Friday the 13th movies.
That's all.
I actually these are all figures. All these are all figures.
I know the figure that's in the
Mark's frozen. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm not frozen. I just had to move for a second. No, I love all this. I had these were made. They're 3D sculpt, all 3D done by a 3D printer. All these are what I started collecting first, was these figures, and then I just started collecting a whole shit ton more.
Mark will tell you more than you know about Friday the 13th.
No, I doubt that.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
And then, of course, I got Roseblood here.
Yeah, well, that's the one I know most about because I only had very little to do in it, so I had time to actually read the whole script. And I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know they could do the, make a fan movie.
Make the fan films, yeah.
There's a lot of them, though. I love them. I've watched quite a few. Roseblood, Vengeance, Never Walk Alone.
And see, this is the great thing that Peter did. I only know Peter having done it, but Peter was, of course, moved by this series as a younger man.
Yes.
And he basically was arrested by it, and he had the desire to move and do more with it. So there's his healing. There's his working it out and figuring it out and doing something because he wanted to do it, not waiting for someone to say you can do it, which that's the fact that he actually created this and was going to include myself and Laura and Terry. How can I not say yes? How can I not?
When
I could have had a bigger role, Tony. Mr. Anthony, I could have.
When Peter first told us about this movie, I was like, okay, it was just talk at first, and then he was like, I'm going to do it, and then he said that Laura was on board. I was like, holy shit! I said, that's fucking awesome, flat out. That's how I said it, and then he didn't tell us. Well, he told us.
Say it? He told us one more time. How did you say it?
That's fucking awesome.
Okay, that's how you say it.
And then I knew Terry was involved. He never told me anything about you. I had to watch
They
the
really-
movie,
they
and it was
really
like
saved
right
that
like that.
surprise.
And I was
They
like,
saved
wow,
that.
I liked the surprise element in it. It was like, like when they did Vengeance 2 and added Tommy into it. It was, it was a breath of fresh air. It helped it out. And I'm like, Roseblood. It helped me like Part 7 even more. I didn't like it to begin with because the telekinesis. I didn't think it belonged in the series, but okay, he's dead. He's back to life. Yes, I am. So shut up, Steven. And
had to.
I like a good fanboy moment. I must say. Thank you.
And watching all that, and I was like, okay, but once I met Peter, Peter made me realize what it was like to be, what it meant to him, and it changed my mind on it. Oh hell, they put Jason in space, so what the hell? Why not?
Wait. Now listen. This is nothing against Peter England. Is that who plays Freddy?
Peter Anthony.
No. Who plays Freddy?
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love the Freddy series. I love that. Wes Craven was thinking that up when he was directing me in the sequel to Hills Have Eyes Part 2. But if there was one, the outer space one I didn't even watch. But when Freddy and Jason went against each other, that's when I kind of went, okay, is this jumping the shark? We never saw Laura say she was Carrie. We never saw her become, the Carrie character, which I thought was smart. And but I just thought these are so recognizable. You're gonna have people. You're gonna have people yay and nay and yay and nay, and it's gonna be what they want it to be anyway. But I just thought I want to be suspended in my belief that this is really happening over here, and not something that by media's what's it called? It's called it's our pop culture that was going to dictate Jason and Freddy.
Right.
And I feel like that was a little derived from our pop culture, because I think if you I don't know that you could have written it to a point where Freddy and Jason fight each other as in a real life situation.
Right.
You are aware
like,
that it was a comic first. That's where they got it from.
And that's the problem. I think that
it was supposed to be Freddy versus Ash or Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. That was originally what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Or Ash from
yes.
From damn it.
Come on, Brian.
Not Night of the Living.
No. Come on, Steven will say it in the comments in just a second if you don't say
After
it. Come
Forever. Ash from After Forever. No.
From what? No, it's Ash. Ash with the fucking chainsaw hand.
Evil Dead.
From Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Evil Dead.
Oh, Evil Dead.
I told you he was going to say it.
I know you know who it is.
I've never even seen Evil Dead.
Yes,
neither have I.
Do you know what a Necronomicon is? You ever
heard
of it?
No.
He said no. I've never heard of a Necronomicon. I love it.
Listen, I deal with dead people differently. I write drama about them, not horror mystery. Although I am writing.
I was going to say you're in a lot of horror movies.
Yes, I'm the king. I have been named the king of slasher film sequels. Yes, but I'm ready to turn that crown over. I'm actually writing a new. I guess is time travel called mystery?
Sci-fi. Sci-fi.
It's still sci-fi. Yeah, I guess it is more sci-fi. I'm doing a sci-fi love story based on a real event with a writing partner. My character will go back in time when there was a real train crash that took down I'm not going to say more. A real train crash that you had to stop the train from going. But it's the love that he finds with the younger person and a younger man, and the past becomes the future. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How soon before we get to see it?
Huh?
How soon before we get to see it?
He says he's writing it now.
Oh, he's writing
I've just finished it.
How soon before we get to write to see it?
I will come to you for some producing money, and we will get that thing made as fast as possible. The only thing about it is it does take place around a circus, and it's a little more challenging to create circus situations these days because you have to do digital with all that, because you can't hurt the animals.
That's
but
true.
You can talk to the animals. Da, 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 da. Okay. Next question. Yes.
Kevin, hang on. This one says Kevin is the king
please
of
take
slasher
that. Oh my god.
sequels like I'm the champ. Glick is not the champ. He pretends he's a paper champ.
I don't even
So he's a really nice guy. We're gonna leave it at that.
I bet he's very nice.
Yeah.
Glick, he's one. He's got a few shows on our network, and he's a great guy. We'll leave it.
However, comma.
What are you dictating to your phone? Hi, Kevin. Comma, new line. It's really great to talk to you. New line. Yeah.
What's funny though is the email I sent Kevin to begin with was AI. After that, I stopped talking to AI. I started talking myself.
Did you think that you were coming on a professional show tonight?
Fuck no. I mean, haven't I been on your show before? Have we done this? No.
Nope, this is the first time, and I hope it's not the last. You are absolutely fantastic.
We've been only on the air for about a year and a half now, and we've had some great guys.
Did Peter talk? I guess Peter told me about this.
Peter probably did tell you because Peter's been on our show.
Peter's been on. I've seen Peter. I think I've seen Peter's show, and that's why
Peter's been on our show a few times, quite a few times.
I confuse myself with Peter sometimes. So
yeah.
Wait, you think you're that? Wait. You think you're that handsome?
Peter. Okay.
Oh, you only like him because Peter's bald.
Don't talk to me about my man crush and Peter's man crush with me. Come on, stop it right there.
No, Peter's got that. He's got the best haircut in the biz.
Because he's got the same one as yours, right?
That's right.
Peter's my sexy director friend. I love him. I think he's also very talented. And yes, Peter, I'm talking about you. But he's just a loving human being, and I think his love and his desire to create is beyond how physically handsome he is, or all that stuff.
And speaking of physicality, when it comes to him doing directing and acting and everything, he's got a movie in the works right now, and I know you know about this. It's Laugh, and unfortunately, Peter has had an accident or has hurt himself. So the movie was going to come out at the end of this year at 2024, right?
Yeah, now
he is one of the he is the lead character in this movie.
One of them, yeah.
Or one of. And now we won't get this movie until 2025.
Has he filmed any of it yet? I don't think he's filmed
it. He has filmed some of it because we already have previews. Club scene previews. We've got.
Well, Peter, if you need a double.
Hey, I know a guy. Do both of your knees work? Because one of his is out.
Hey! Don't.
I'm not being mean. I'm
sorry to hear that he's having some knee issues. I didn't know that was the cause. I knew that he had hurt himself, but I didn't know it was that. So, Peter, get well soon.
Yes, please. Please get well soon so we can get more movies and more stuff.
More stuff.
More stuff.
I'd be happy to come back anytime you guys want.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, cutting me off.
Okay. There's one thing that I told Brian I'd wait until towards the end to ask you, because the fact that I have everybody's.
He's a fanboy. Remember, he's a
Yes,
fanboy.
yes. I have
Daredevil. Daredevil.
I just have just about everybody's signature on here.
Oh, I thought that was Daredevil.
I was wondering if I sent this to you, the jacket, if you would sign it for me.
Fuck no.
No, okay.
20 bucks. 20 bucks, bro.
Shut up, Brian.
Of course. Do me. Yeah. We'll figure out how to get that done.
Okay.
We had, you guys, like I said, like everybody that's been on this show is super humble, and we really appreciate it, because I'm super humble that you guys came on our little podcast to talk about you guys, and that's what it's about. We just want to know about you and what you're doing and all that stuff. We had a couple of weeks ago, we had Richie Ramone on the show, and I'm a huge Ramones fan.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen overnight. It was one of those things that took,
about a year.
Chemicals to make. I mean, no. Anyway, same question was, if I sent you an album, would you sign it? He was like, absolutely, send it. You know?
Well, Mark still has to pay me, but he'll send it.
20 bucks, bro. 20 bucks.
20.
Dude, you are aware that all the other ones signed it for free.
So you could save money and send it all to me.
Oh. Yeah, it's I still have a couple more that I have to get. Eventually I'd like to get Lars on here. She has agreed to come on, but we just haven't figured out a date yet.
She'll do it. When she can, she will. She's great.
That's okay. I'm
Listen,
sending her,
and
I'm sending her a copy of this one, so she knows.
I feel like that's the thing. Like, Lar doesn't want to get roped into something, and then she's like, "These two fucking guys, not a chance."
You are aware that
she's asking for your advice, Kevin.
She has been on far worse.
I've seen some of the ones, but I mean, everybody has the control of, if they didn't like the show, they can easily just opt out, after a while.
Yeah, no, listen, bye. No,
bye.
Come on. Listen, guys, you're not promoting, you're not derogatory in any way. You're not, I know what the title of the show is. For shit's sake, you gotta say it.
Thank you.
But I think, had I ever sensed, and I say this not just for you, it's for anybody, if you were being prejudiced or racist or insanely
political,
uncouth, and if this was not a fun way in, just have fun and then talk about stuff, I would have graciously thanked you and said, "No, I'm not available." But I see you as two very, very weak, sad people. Hey,
we totally gotta have Kevin on the show, because he's gonna boost our.
Listen, you guys you're very fun.
You don't understand how excited we get when a guest tells us yes. Mark absolutely has to change his underwear.
No, actually,
Brian,
there's only been a couple that I called Brian and said, "Hey, look, we got this one. We did this, we did that," and he was like, "Really? Who is that?" I'm like, "Dude, watch Friday the 13th." Damn it!
Honestly, Mark. He said, "Who is that?" But the first thing you heard him say is, "I want to hold it." Okay. Wait till he sees After Forever. Then he's gonna want to hold all of them. So
my wife is gonna kick me right in the.
I can't wait to meet your wife.
She's a lovely lady. Here's a crazy thing.
Hold up, wait. Let's go back to your wife for a second. She's a lovely lady.
Yes, you've met my wife. You better shut up.
She's not nice.
You want both of us to get murdered tonight? Keep it up.
Just yours.
Anyway, We were talking about Peter Anthony earlier and making movies and stuff. And what's crazy is when we have guests like Kevin and guests like Beatrice and guests from all over the horror genre. When you tell me that we have these guests, I start having dreams. Do you want to know what last night's dream was?
I just hope it wasn't wet.
I will listen. It was not, but 7 strangers move into a house together. It's Jason, it's Freddy, it's Chucky, it's Art the Clown. I mean, come on, dude. Like 7 strangers move into a house, and then the hilarity ensues. You know, has this been done? I feel like it may have been done, but
I will tell you this. Years ago, when I went to New York, when I moved to New York in 2007, I think, I fell into producing and producing theater, musicals, and whatnot. And I was still performing. And then a friend of mine, who I'd done a play with years and years and years ago, wrote a show called Scary Musical. And I thought this was the cat's meow. And, it had... There was a guy named Jason. There was a guy named Freddie. There was a girl named Carrie. There was, but they were all in high school. And it was, there was a phone call. There was a murderer. And it was done very well. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it, up and running and doing.
I would absolutely like to see a show done like that. I think it would be it would rule. I think it would, because you get to see another side, and that's, I think, what a lot of people look forward to is like here's another one that I had recently was, tell me about Jason before he started axe murdering people, before his mom became a psycho, demented, whatever.
If you want to know, I can link to the comics.
Oh, it's all in the comics.
Okay, so why does Jake? Didn't he drown while the counselors weren't watching?
Well, they were having sex and other stuff. Yep. Yes, and he was not all mentally there. So that's
we call that challenged
ADHD.
I call that Brian. No, I'm no. But yeah, but I mean, it's just, that's what they've always picked it as is he was challenged.
Yeah.
My children get on me for saying certain words, so I'm learning how to change with
the everything. Politically correct way is socially challenged, or physically challenged, or any of those.
Right.
But it was his mother who was getting revenge.
Right. In the very first one. Yes.
God bless Betsy Palmer.
Yes, she was wonderful in that.
And then, but there's got to be something before Betsy, right? I mean, where's his?
And that's what I'm
Elias.
saying.
Elias. Elias.
Did Jason go to school? Did he go to high school? Did he have friends?
No. He was dead before he got into high school. By the way, he was dead as what?
Did he go to regular fucking school before fucking high school, Mark?
Okay, well then that's elementary school.
I think it was elementary, but no more than that, right?
That
would be the age range.
If you go by the comics, Pamela kills Elias. If you go by the comics, but in other way, you can bring it back in any other way you want because of the series. Right. Like in Vengeance, they brought Elias into that as Jason's father, and he was the one convincing Jason to do the killings. So, I mean, it just depends on which way you go about it, and that's a fan film. If you didn't know, Vengeance.
I did not know.
Yes, Jason Brooks. Jason Brooks also plays Jason in that.
And I've learned something too, something I never knew about a fan film.
I like the fan films, not all of them, but I like most of them because it
The
gives us
best
different.
one we know. The best one we know is
Yeah.
Rose.
Let's talk about real quick before I know we asked you for an hour, and we're super happy that you did an hour with us.
Oh wait, I'm done. Goodbye. See you later.
Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done? What works have you done on Broadway?
A chorus line. I did Meet Me in St. Louis. I did the Vegas show, the Vegas company of Hairspray, where I was Courtney Collins. And one of my all-time favorite experiences was standing by for Hugh Jackman in The Boy from Oz, the story about Peter Allen.
Mark was talking about that one earlier, and I said I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Well, see, when you go and look up his stuff, I mean, that one sticks out the most because that's the only thing that was underneath there for Broadway was that.
Right. Here's a very interesting thing about The Boy from Oz. Do either of you know who Peter Allen is?
I know the name. I just
was. So Peter Allen died about 32 years ago. He was one of the first casualties of AIDS. He wrote songs like, oh, we just lost.
No, he has to use the bathroom. Don't worry. You keep going.
Oh, well, I was going to educate him. All right. So, Mark, you and I are now co-hosting the show. Let's just, when he comes back on, we're going to ask him some questions.
Okay.
And you have a cat? Is that your cat? Real cat?
This is a cat this is one of the 2 rescues that we have at the house.
That's a kitten.
Yes. They called it Gray, and they weren't supposed to call the damn cat a name because we were supposed to get rid of it. Well, I don't think that's happening anymore.
No, I'm a big cat man. So
I have too many cats as it is.
My cat is scared of this street. We've moved recently. Oh, look here. This is me in a chorus line. Do 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 do. Where am I? I am at the other end. I am right. Well, I'm right here. Boom. Oh, there I am. Where's my finger? Right there. Boom. That's in chorus line. Boy from Mark has a zoo. He has how many animals?
I have right now I have 11 cats, 3 dogs, 3 ferrets, 4, 5. My daughter has like a bunch of guinea pigs. We used to have a hell of a lot more.
Oh, I love that. Here I am on Facts of Life, just FYI.
I forgot about
the Facts of Life. The Facts of Life.
Was it on the original series? When they did it. Not when they were. Okay.
Closer Sleep. So here is a picture of this incredibly gifted, talented man, Mr. Hugh Jackman, and myself. There.
Oh yeah, he's very. My wife and daughter got me to watch The Greatest Showman.
He's fantastic.
And those damn songs stick in my head so much.
Yeah.
My wife will still play them in the car. And I'm like, damn it, we're gonna have to go home and watch that damn movie.
So Peter Allen was a songwriter in the he's from Australia. He came over here. Judy Garland had discovered him and made him famous. And he wrote songs like Don't Cry Out Loud, Just Keep It Inside. Melissa Manchester recorded that. Olivia Newton-John recorded I love you. I honestly love you. Oh, Brian. Okay, so here's some questions for you. We're talking shit here, Mark and I. And anyway, so that's Peter Allen was always a part of my life. Peter Allen was always the background. He was always his music is incredible. He wrote. He was one of the song foursome that wrote "When You Get Caught Between the Moon and New York City."
I know that one.
Yeah, it's from. I can't hear you, Brian. You're muted.
Brian. Nope. Sorry. Nope. What the fuck? You go away for a second and it screws up?
I think we're done here, folks. This is the end of the show.
How about
tonight.
now?
There he is.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Yes, I know that song.
Yeah,
I love that song. That's a great song.
Peter Allen, the show The Boy from Oz is about Peter Allen being from Australia. And he was just an incredible entertainer. And I was cast as the standby to Mr. Hugh Jackman. He never missed a show, but he's quite a talented man. Quite a talented man. You missed this picture, but I'll send it to you. I'll show you right now.
Hugh Jackman. So what was it like working with him? Was that?
He was, we've stayed in touch, and he's always been so supportive of everybody who's gone off and done their own thing or what they're working on. I wrote him an email probably right after the pandemic. So the first part of 2020 was, hey, okay, I'm gonna get some reading done. We're out, I can clear out the closet and I can get rid of some stuff and I can kind of work on myself. That was my aim for the pandemic, and then of course life happens, shit intrudes, and my collaborator died. He was diagnosed with cancer as well, and I had to deal with that. I had to watch that life imitating art situation happen. And I remember there was one moment where I had spoken. We had on Zoom during COVID. We had an 18-year anniversary of the cast of The Boy from Oz, and we all got on Zoom, and we all said hi, how it's going, and what I'm doing, what you're doing, and Hugh was a huge fan of my series. He was very, very supportive of it. He watched it, and he told everyone, you got to. Don't shortchange yourself, Mike. Go watch Kevin's series. It's right. And it's like, oh, thank you, Hugh. Thank you. And then I wrote him an email saying how one night in one of my darkest times during COVID, because we just lost Michael, and I was sad. I was very depressed. And I thought, what would Hugh do? Because I used to watch him night after night on stage, and he would just sort of his heart was open, his spirit was open. He was allowing people to enjoy and giving love and giving heart, everything he did. I don't think the guy knows the word no. And I remember thinking about that. And just like you said, do I warm up going on stage anymore for singing? No, I have no fear anymore. I kind of went through that, and I thanked him for being there psychically or mentally or metaphysically, because I can now think through and see what he did and how he treated the audience and people on the street and the doormat, everything. Everyone's the same to him. And that to me was not only incredible talent, but his heart and his spirit is what even exudes more out of that. And that's why I think he's so extraordinarily gifted. And
so
I think
100% of the time, if given the chance to work with him, you are 100% on board.
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd do the whole thing again. There's the Peter Allen song, Once Before I Go. And the lyric is, I do it all again. And I think, yeah, I never got to go on for him. He never missed a performance, but I do it. He was amazing. He was amazing. I might ask for more money this time, but I mean,
hey, who wouldn't? I mean, knowing what you know now, I mean, if you had to do it all over again, you'd be like, hey, listen, you're gonna have to pay me a little bit more.
No, here's what the payment comes in the experience, honestly, and knowing what I know. Everything that I have ever done, every experience that I have ever experienced, every situation, every positive and non-positive experience has made me the person and being that I am today, and I'm grateful for that. I'm
fantastic.
I believe it. If you look at it, we are who we are because of our choices and our experiences, and I'm also a firm believer that our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions and our words are, what we're focusing on becomes our reality at all times. People say, "Oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You're talking shit." No, no. We create our reality every step of the way. You can argue it, you can believe it, you don't have to. But until you understand it or until you experience that, we're very responsible for it. I think so.
Kevin, there's a lot of people that say if I could go back, I would change this. I am one of those people that I'm a little bit different because I'm like, if I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't change anything. I had faults. I've done things that maybe I shouldn't have done. And those are the things I look at and go, I wish I wouldn't have done that.
Would I? Okay. So, do I want, would I have preferred Michael not die? What could I, is there anything I can change there? No, I didn't want him to get sick and die and leave.
Nobody wants
no,
that.
No one wants that. But that's that part of that world of what he experienced. I mean, I came into his life and he came into my life exactly at the right time that we were supposed to have met and crossed paths. I swear to God, I say this all the time. I was on the treadmill, getting off the treadmill at the gym. I heard someone say, "Are you Kevin Spirtas? I used to write for you in Days of Our Lives." And I said, "Great pickup line." No, I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Michael Slade." I said, "Oh my God, I remember the name on the script." But they keep the writers and the actors separate on the soaps usually because they don't want you getting any special treatment. And I say to this day, because I pitched him the show right then and there. I pitched him an idea, and he said, "Call me."
That's the pickup line.
Yeah, right. But no, you know what? I could have been on the moon that day, and I swear to God, I would have crossed paths with Brian, with Michael.
With Michael. How long were you? How long were you guys together?
June 1st, 2014. It's almost 10 years.
Okay.
June 1st, 2014, we started creating After Forever. And then I said, hey, because it took us about 6 months to get the story right, the first season, and he was really pretty much the wordsmith, and then he'd send me the script and I'd read it and I go, "Oh, I love it, let's change this a little bit," but and then I said, "Here's some good news and some not good news. The not good news is I'm done with New York. I'm going to move back to LA. And this is 2015. So I moved back in 2015. I said, the good news is we're going to finish this series and we're going to finish writing it. We're going to get it made and I'm going to, do my damnedest and I'll raise that money, hell or high water." And we did. And, I miss hearing his real voice on the phone. "Hey, buddy, how are you?" But he's here. He's here. He's here. And I also think that creatively, he gave me incredible gifts. He taught me how to write. He really taught me how to write.
That's awesome.
Showed me the way. Are there things in my life that I would have changed in my world? Yeah, I would have been kinder to some situations. I wish I would have learned. I wish I would have experienced something now, so I knew how to speak to it back then. Because there's been breakups, or there's been loss where I'm like, shit, I wish I knew how to speak to that person the way I know how to do it now. Because it would have,
instead of having such a bad breakup, leaving a bad taste in your mouth or their mouth or whatever.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I think
we're always going to be friends in the long run.
It finally became friends. It finally became friends. But I have a relationship in my life that is probably the love of my life. And although I was in LA and he was living in New York, there were things that we were not ready for with each other in our lives. And that to me was, okay, we got to stop this right here. I broke up with him 4 times, but then and then when I went back, he had not he was now not going to play that. And I don't blame him, but I wish I would have known how to communicate better in that format and in that situation to be able to work it out then and there versus now I'm just going to work it out over here so it doesn't happen again elsewhere. Yeah, you learn from your shit, man.
Yeah.
And that's why we speaking shit.
I didn't want to delve into, was it a little tiff? Was it something small, something minute?
No, I mean, there's listen, people fit or they don't fit, or people make a commitment and they work through it, or they're in the same city, or they're whatever the case is. This took us both down a spiritual path that we both needed to familiarize ourselves with. And to be quite honest, I feel closer to this person now, and I'm gonna say we probably feel closer. He's got another relationship going on. I want him to have that. I want him to have that love. I want him to have that experience. I don't ever want to take that away from him. I don't ever want to say we're ever getting back to it. That's not what it's about. The relationship that I know that didn't work was partly my choices, partly my thoughts, partly my bull stuff here, my noise, and whatever he had going on. That's the type of thing I don't regret, but if I could rework it, those are the things I wish I would have known how to handle better as a spiritual adult, a spiritual minded adult.
I agree with him. I mean, there's some relationships that you can be in that, it's like, okay, this doesn't work, but you're better off as friends than you are anything else.
Oh, in my situation, I mean, I've been married to my wife for
ever
70 years. No, I'm kidding. 26 years, 20 going on 27. But I never look back at what if I could have done this, would this have happened or whatever, because it's weird that our lives have met the way that they did, the intersections that have crossed, because everything in our lives has been nothing but it has all come to a crossroads. Everything has been worked in numbers. Her sister and her 4 years and 6 months to the day. My daughter and my youngest daughter 4 years and 6 months to the day. Her birthday, my birthday, the same day, 2 years apart.
Yeah, I was going to say. Apart.
Our lives have just been an absolute numbers game, and I don't know if anybody else has seen that or anything. It's a color game or anything like that in their lives and their relationships or anything like that.
I never look at it like that, except for my daughter. Was born 9 years to the date. My father died.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I purposely did that. They told me, they asked us, when do you want to induce? You want to induce now, or do you want to wait until tomorrow? I looked at my wife and smiled. She says tomorrow. So,
well, but okay, so that's an interesting choice. You'll never you're honoring your dad through that.
I wanted something good for that day instead of
yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And so here's the other thing too. I believe this, and this is what my ex and other exes and we come into each other's lives, and I'm going to say this: every relationship, our relationship today, we come into each other's lives to teach something to each other. I think there's never a single view of it. It takes two. You could be in the elevator and smile at someone. That moment changes that person's life. They needed that, or you needed that, or you had to, you could also give them the bird. And
there's a reason. There's a reason for it, though. I mean, that's.
I think there's an invisible force moving through and around and always in everything. You can call it what you can. You can call it God. You can call it science. You can call it Mary. You can call it dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
I believe we come from the same space, and we come from this source, and this source, presidential candidates or not, we come from the same space, and we need to honor that. That's what we're here for.
since we're talking about certain things, we have a question from Glick.
What is it like winning the Emmy and being able to share that memory forever?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
Don't
a
you
gift.
do it.
It's a
Don't you
gift,
do it.
man. It's a gift. It's a gift. So season 3, it's really about my character Brian Stone coming to terms with the loss and putting grief in the proper perspective, so my character can move on with his life. And season 2, season 1, spoiler alert, my husband is dead. Season 2, I'm dating someone in season 2, and he drops me because he feels that I haven't gotten over my loss, and I'm still married in a certain level, and he's not into 3-ways. But so that being said, the thing that I love about the Emmys and that mix of that question there is in 2019, when Michael and I walked up on stage and we had made history by becoming the first LGBTQ themed drama to ever win 5 Emmys across any platform. So that was like, we just made history. Wow. And Michael, who had already been diagnosed and had already been dealing with some of his issues due to the chemo and whatnot, made it to the Emmys. And, he said the last thing, he said, we made a show about loss, and we did it with as much pathos and humor as we could. And there is life after grief. And you can still move on, loving the person you lost, and still continue to have a life. That's what he said. That is the final line that we give to the therapist. And I gave it. He was no longer alive at this moment, but I said, we got to use that line. So I gave it to the therapist, and it's a beautiful line. And that's the thing, is that through Michael's work, I'm sorry that he paid that price, but I get to.
You still get to carry it on.
Grief ebbs and flows. Sure, Ryan, I'm sure with your mom being gone, there's moments where you're triggered, and I'm sure it's like, wow, that's a whammo-mobile, and I'm so sorry for any of that, because we all deal with it, but it becomes part of you. It's a new you. It's a new expansive side of you, whether you know it or not. You now know how to do it, and you'll be able to help the next person. After you watch After Forever.
I got to now, dude. Damn it.
Listen,
I gotta watch a bunch of stuff, and then you throw this one on me, and I'm like,
the first season's an hour and a half, the second season's an hour and a half, and then third season, which I'm praying is going to land just right in time, coming up in June.
I'm just going to tell you right now, if I cry, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not.
And his wife will tell me.
You know what?
I'm going to cry, aren't I?
Real men eat quiche, and they also cry.
Glick from the Nonsensical Network said that he would absolutely love to have you help on a Monday night show.
It'd be my honor.
For men's mental health.
It'd be my honor.
I promise you that show, they will open you up. They open up to the world. One of the co-hosts is former military and has been through a significant trauma. And I could absolutely, here's the thing, you laugh and joke, and that's the thing, like, we get to laugh and joke with one another, and we're going to do that.
And then there
is a shadow of pain there.
Come on, our laughter covers most of our pain. Our neediness covers our pain. Our ability to please somebody is a covering. I'm not wronging anybody. I'm just as guilty, all this stuff. But it'd be my honor to be part of the show.
That's awesome.
And then
We will make sure that Chris gets in contact with you. Yes, Connor is an amazing soul. Connor is the person I'm talking about. Prior Army and Air Force veteran. So
yeah, next week we're gonna do a 2-part military show. It starts off on our show, and it'll end on Men Caring for Men.
Yeah, so our show we get to have all the fun, and then Men Caring for Men bring the Kleenex.
Listen, I gotta tell you, you two straight as an arrow guys. Maya Angelou has a quote: "We are more alike, my friend, than we are unalike," and it has nothing to do with straight, gay, bi, trans, anything. It has nothing to do with that. Our hearts are our hearts. We experience, you get burnt, you say ow. You get flowers, you go, oh, thank you. Well, I'd say thank you. And I don't remember receiving them yet, Brian and Mark. So
we're gonna need an address. Mark's got to send a thing, so I got the flowers.
Yeah, I was about to say Brian sends the flowers.
You guys are great.
Kevin, you have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for being a part of our little show. We asked you for an hour. You've been more than generous and given us more than an hour. You've given us an hour and a half of your time, and I know that time is priceless. And if you want to stay, you're more than welcome. Yes.
Hey, Brian, what's the name of his series?
That is After Forever, that I'm going to watch now with my wife, who is going to make me.
I'm telling you, thank you. I hope you watch.
Kevin's going to make me cry in the thing, and I'm not going to tell you ever.
I'm going to tell you this right now. After the first 7 minutes, you'll be hooked. You can't go away. And you guys have I know I've given you an hour and a half. I will bill you, but the thing that's so great is there's angels now all around me. You've kept me happy talking. So why not talk? I'll give you 2 hours if we continue talking.
And that's up to you. Listen, I got to work tomorrow, but at the end of the day,
but you get to go. You get to go tomorrow and say, "Look, this is who I got to talk with."
That's right.
That's why he does that work.
I'm being absolutely serious with you. The hour and a half flew by. Who knew? I'm looking at the timer now. Everyone out there, thank you for having us on here, and I really appreciate it.
So real quick, the gray. Are we fitting in good with the gray, or do you? Yeah, exactly. I love the hair, dude. Like I like the gray.
I wasn't worried about the gray. It's so long. It's so long, and I was just like, I felt like Mowgli, or I actually, I felt like Grandpa Munster is what I started to feel like.
Oh, yeah.
And I dig the gray, but I when Mark showed the intro video, and I was like, oh damn, I know who that is now. Like I remember from you playing on Days of Our Lives, and that's when I was like, but I still dig the gray. Like,
did you do any research on this? Okay, I got my answer.
Here?
No,
me
no. He's talking to me.
I will say this. I like to call it silver.
Silver fox.
Silver anything. Gray tends to make it sound like, oh, he is old.
No. I got some.
But my kids have been pointing it out all over the place. Dad, you got there. That's why Brian went bald. He didn't want people to show it.
It's all good. It's all good. Oh, sexy bald. Yeah. Get you a haircut.
I look like Jason. Yeah. When he's younger.
You actually look like
Jason was better looking. Sorry.
You look like I look like Grandpa from the Munsters, and you look like Uncle
Fester. You son of a
Hey, I had to use the Adams family and the Munsters.
If I shave this and then not wear a hat, it's game over. Everybody's gonna be like, Uncle Fester.
Okay. I'm gonna show you a picture, and now you're really gonna laugh because I just sent this to a friend. We were laughing, and This is terrible. I know. I'm just gonna leave it at Uncle Fester. That's all I mean, Grandpa.
Grandpa?
Because, yeah, it's too much.
Because of the bat wing ears.
Because otherwise I look like B. Arthur.
Oh, get the.
Oh, damn!
Come on! Oh my God!
Ma.
Oh my goodness!
Ma.
Nah. Let's get some.
Yeah, yesterday when he called me and said, he was telling me that his show, he wasn't sure when his show was going to drop. If we still wanted to do this, I was like, yeah. And then he goes, "Is this video or is it audio?" I said, "Video." He goes, "Okay, I'll make sure I'm, good and ready for it."
So real quick before we let you go.
Yes.
I know you have stuff coming up, and I know that you're going to continue to promote what you're doing as well as other people.
Mm-hmm.
Where can our fans, where can our viewers, our listeners, where can they find you, and what do you want them to watch out for?
Well, KevinSpirtas.com. Kevin Spirtas is on Instagram. Kevin Spirtas is on Facebook. I have a fan page on Facebook. I also have a personal page. One of them is too full, so I don't know. Excuse me.
You have a check mark next to your name on Facebook? Do you have the blue check mark next to your name?
I should get one. I haven't applied. I mean, if I can make
you
more
can pay
money
for it and
the
get
wire-
it now. You can pay for it and get it all now.
Oh, well, I'll do something with it. But After Forever, the series.com. After AF, the series is on
Prime.
No, that might be X, and then Twitter, and Instagram is After Forever, the series. So that's and After Forever, season 3, and I don't know what the technical reason happened or how it happened, but it was supposed to be this last month. Now it's aiming toward June, early in June, maybe, but I don't know. I don't want to say because now I'm worried that it's not going to be the exact date. So it's coming. It's coming. June.
Season 3 coming soon.
Coming soon.
Maybe they'll promote it more because it's in June.
I just want it up. It's really the best of all 3 seasons.
Maybe they'll watch our show and say, "Hey, we got to get this show out real quick."
Yeah, I'm hoping.
No,
Amazon,
yeah.
come on.
I hope so.
Come on.
Let's go. Kevin, thank you so much for your time. You have absolutely been fantastic. If there is anything ever that you want to talk about with us, please reach out to us and let us know. We would absolutely
you have
love
my
to
phone
have you
number
back on our show. Yep.
Yeah, I've got your number. I got Brian's number.
Let's go.
I got the bank account.
It's 3. Mine's 3.
You guys have been great. Thanks for having me on.
Thank
you very much. And Men's Mental Health Monday, the Nonsensical Network. I'm sure Glick will reach out to you.
I can
prepare yourself.
If it's okay, I'll give
if you're okay,
your phone number.
If you're okay with that.
Absolutely. And I'll have a haircut by then.
Okay.
Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Wait till you see Glick, and then you'll be like, "Yeah, I'm not cutting my hair."
Yeah, he's like a fat butt.
Has he got a braid? You got a long ponytail?
He's got he wears it up in a he's got the man bun.
Okay.
And then he's got the beard, and he's got the gray right there.
Silver.
Whatever.
Silver.
Cocaine white stripes.
Whatever. Hi ho, silver. Away. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Kevin.
Later.
Thank you very much. Holy cow, man. That was a really, really cool dude. I love Kevin. I fucking love that guy already.
Yeah,
we didn't have to talk. We didn't have to talk about Friday the 13th. We could have been.
I told you I was only.
Lives and,
I told
all my children
I told you,
and musicals. I'm in.
I told you when I got him, I said I only wanted to touch a little bit on Friday the 13th, and I told you we had it all mapped out on what we wanted to talk about, and he told us a little bit more.
He's in the green room. I don't want to leave him waiting. I'm going to wrap up our show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us here at Talking Shit.
Brian,
we are part of
hold
the
up.
Nonsensical Network, and
time out.
Mark's going to cut me off.
I always do. Are you going to tell people?
I don't know. I want to tell people.
Let's.
All right.
No.
How about this? We have a potential guest coming in, and we're going to do a Tuesday live show. Tuesday.
It'll be right after.
night.
It'll be right after Jeff's garage.
So tune in for a special guest, and hopefully you guys will get to see Talking Shit with Al Snow.
Thought we weren't going to say his name.
Oh, I didn't say his name. Hurry up! Stop the show. Roll that beautiful beam footage, will you, Mark?
Everybody, we're out of here.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Bitch, I'm in the